All right, welcome to No Off Season, Sixth Street Studios. You got myself, Cobe. You got Drama. Temporarily, we won't have Vince in here because he's at dinner at the moment.
I don't even know
So,
what to do. I'm just trying to figure out where to put this because she's trying to hunt this thing.
what? She's live from Getty Cam.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
oh, oh.
technical difficulties again. So, anyways, Drama. While I'm smoking, I can't see the questions, but I'll be there in a minute. Just
All
smoking.
right.
But
We can
what do you
talk.
think about
Before we start, can we talk about the players that for the uh, Cowboys that did the
Oh yeah,
committed
yeah, yeah, yeah.
suicide?
If
Is
you want
there
to
a
run
player
it,
that
go
needs
it.
help? Whatever.
Let's say if you want to run it, run it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say if anyone's out there that is struggling, needs help, go hit somebody up,
Hmm.
and call the line that's there because it's never
I mean, it's a shock to everybody. Like
Yeah, and he
everybody.
was only 24, rookie.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it's. I mean, personally, I've worked in it.
mhm,
It's no joke.
mhm, yeah, like
The
that,
the strongest person can also be the weakest person.
mhm,
You just don't know when.
mhm. That's why if you are ever feeling down, reach out, because it's always the better option instead of the not so better option.
Mm. Well, I mean, to be fair, in their mind, they think that is the
Yeah,
option.
yeah, yeah,
That's the problem.
yeah, yeah,
You have to get them to believe that that's not the option.
yeah,
It's just something to say about human beings that when they take their life, they're at a point where they just don't see anything turning back, and it's obviously the hardest choice you have to make because at that point
mhm,
you can't go back.
yeah,
But it's just like no one's gonna know what that is because that's the last moment you think of. Is just when you think
mhm,
you know life's not gonna turn around.
yeah. And if you think no one's gonna listen, there are people that will just, if like I said, hit somebody up
Yeah.
like, hey,
Well, I mean, I can say from personal experience, that I've spoken about it.
mhm,
I've been there.
mhm,
I survived, but
mhm,
it just sometimes you just don't know what to say when you say it.
mhm. Exactly.
But so anyway, um, so for baseball to finalize it off because next week will be more of the free agency, and we know these guys don't sign right away
Mm-mm.
because they're looking for dollars.
Yep.
But I mean, some of the names I threw out earlier, like just to see what you think about it, is like I'll even start with Pete Alonso.
I saw
Where do you think?
Screwball. I saw Screwball was couldn't make a deal with Detroit because he wanted something. I think Detroit gave him close to it, but didn't match it or something. I have to read more into it.
Yeah,
But I think Screwball's going to be leaving, so that's great. But
but I mean, like Alonso.
yeah,
Where do you think he might line up?
I don't know. To be honest,
Um, Kyle Tucker.
I again I don't know. Maybe he'll probably resign. Who knows? I think Bo Pichette was on that list,
Yeah.
free agent,
Mm,
and I don't know if he's gonna want to leave the Jays. He's on the Jays, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to leave because how close they got, or if he wants to run it back. But
Mm.
I think that I don't know. Maybe some of these free agents will want to go to Toronto because of how close they got.
Mm.
They couldn't.
Well, you're not
Make
going to get Bregman. Alex Bregman's not going to go to Toronto.
no.
That's the money and the position. You're
But
not
also
going to
too,
be
Bobachet could be like another team could reach out, but like, hey, we can give you more, Then Toronto, and then he leaves Toronto
Yeah.
after that playoff run that they had. But if I was Toronto, I'd lock down.
I seen one
I'd
graphic where I
probably
saw.
trying to keep the core together if I can,
Yeah.
which is Guerrero and Boba Fett. So
But I saw one graphic. It showed Bichette with LA on. I'm like, everybody was gonna say that. Everybody was gonna
right,
say that. As soon as if LA won, Bichette was going to LA.
right. I saw
I mean,
one with
LA is
Screwball.
gonna be able to afford them.
Yeah, I saw one with Screwball in New York. I was like, well then.
So, all right. While we wait for fans, the run. All right, we're gonna go with NFL. We're gonna run with the things I know you know. What's the biggest challenge the Colts face to maintain the pace, and which opponent this week possesses the greatest threat to their run?
I have to see their thing because I know they added a new edition, which shocked me. I know that
Oh yeah,
the
you got
big,
Sauce Gardner.
the Sauce
Jesus.
Gardner, which is a big. Oh, they got the Falcons. Oh, that should be an easy win for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that much of a threat, but if Sauce is playing, then that. But the one I'm more focused on for the Colts is the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
If the Chiefs can.
Catch up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm starting to believe in Indianapolis. I used to love them as when Manning was around. So like,
I think with the pickups that the Colts did, I think they are gonna make a deep playoff run. Are they Super Bowl? Possibly, but I don't think they're there yet. But I know they're gonna make a deep playoff run, though. I know that.
mhm,
Possibly a NFC champions, NFC champions or AFC champions, right?
mhm.
So I could see that, especially with Sauce being picked up and the way that their defense has been.
Mm.
I mean,
But I mean, and they're playing in Berlin.
when on the 9th,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it
So
should
the
be an
Colts
easy.
are in Berlin, but they got a 7. Oh, they're 7-2 right now.
Yeah, it should be an easy win. I think if they're gonna go 7-3, it might be the Chiefs might beat them and give them that third loss. But with the way that they're playing, I think
Well, let's. I'm just looking up right now.
that's if Sauce is playing. Because if Sauce is playing, then I think Sauce is gonna.
Okay, yeah. So I'll give you the rest and tell me what you think with these boys.
All right.
So they got the Falcons right
Mhm.
with a bye.
Mhm.
They got the Chiefs,
Mhm.
the Texans, the
Mhm.
Jaguars, the
Uh huh.
Seahawks, Niners, and then Texans and Jaguars again. So
Yeah.
where would you put the Colts with what they have left?
So Falcons is gonna be a W, right? So that'll be 8-2. The Chiefs may. I'm gonna go 8-3 for the Chiefs.
Mhm.
9-3, 10-3, and then the rest are just gonna. It's gonna be like a win. If the 49ers are healthy, possible loss, but the rest of their schedule, it's gonna be a win.
Okay.
So I'm thinking
What is
they
it?
win their
14-3?
next. Yeah, 14-3, yeah.
Yeah, 14-3.
Unless like I said, unless they beat the Chiefs and then they go, you know, on a win streak the next
Mhm.
6 games that they will have.
I'm gonna give you a little lower. I'm gonna give them 12 wins.
Yeah.
I still think they'll make the playoffs, but I think it'll be 12 wins. I think some of these, like the Niners game,
Like the Niners,
maybe
if the Niners are healthy, I can see the Niners beating the
the
Colts.
Niners game, Seahawks possibly,
Mm-hmm.
and Chiefs.
Yeah.
There's three more, so they're so five,
Mm-hmm.
13 and 5.
Yeah. Like I said, the Chiefs game could be a hit or miss for that one, right? Depending on
Mhm.
how the Chiefs play and how the Colts play.
Mm. Oh shit! Why did I take that out? So how much is their defense? Okay. I'm gonna try to look at this one for a quick second because I took the team I was talking about in this out. Just give me 1 second.
The
Standings.
Cowboys. The Cowboys.
Yeah,
are
yeah,
so
yeah. It was. Did a whole segment on ripping on the Cowboys. I think that would be a whole show for ripping on the Cowboys.
Yeah, but the Cowboys, I mean, did
Oh,
pick up a decent trade. I mean, they made a
okay.
decent trade too. So
Cincinnati. How much is their defense collapse dragging down their season? And is there any realistic fix in season that could salvage their position?
if they made some trades, maybe, but no. I think they're done. Their season's over.
I mean, this is without Burrows. This Cincinnati team is just the Cincinnati team we've always known. I just don't.
Mhm.
I don't know why. At like they had Boomer Esiason at one point. It's like you can't always blame the quarterback
Mm-mm.
for their
Like
success. Joe
like
Flacco has
Sunday.
shown up.
Oh yeah, Joe
Like
Flacco has shown up. Yeah.
he has shown up. So you really can't blame it on the quarterback anymore. You
No.
brought equal
Sunday.
quarterback in.
Yep. Like the loss to the Jets, it was like anybody could beat the Jets. Like come on.
Yes.
And then the Bears was another game that I knew they were going to lose. Like they have the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers, which Cincinnati's going to get fucking dog to walk on that one. Patriots are being the Patriots now, so they're going to do that. The Ravens and Bengals, you usually know how that goes.
Mhm.
And then December 7th, they have the Bills. If they manage to beat the Bills, then who knows, right?
So
And then the 14th, Ravens again, and then the Dolphins, who are a mess too. So it's like, who knows with that fucking Bengals team?
So, which title contender do you think has fallen the furthest off pace, and can they still bounce back into elite contention this year?
I don't know.
I mean, some would say like using the Eagles for example.
Yeah.
Like you look at how the Eagles started out, and then now look at the Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles are 6-2 now, but you know.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, is there anybody? Well, this could go for the Ravens because they're title contender.
Or the Chiefs, too, because I mean the
Yeah.
Chiefs are where's the
Chiefs,
Chiefs
Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
You go on that side. If you go on the NFC side, it's like
NFC side is Cowboys. They're 3-5.
Yeah. The Bears are merging.
The Bears are 5-3.
Yeah.
Tied with the Lions right now. Falcons are 3-5. If they win, then And then you have 3 teams in the NFC West that are that all have 6 wins.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it can get interesting for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, definitely.
But what I mean is like, who do you think out of that needs to? And I'm gonna say it's the Ravens. Like, I've always thought the Ravens are a good team to make the playoffs. So at 3-5, I think they will, because of where they're sitting. You would think they would be a 5-3 team at least, or 6-2 team.
Well, with the schedule that we have, with our schedule that we have, I know we're gonna get at least a few wins off of our belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Vikings one's gonna probably be a win, right, because of the way that the Vikings are, and with who we picked up in the trade, and everyone seeming to be healthy again. Then, of course, we have the Browns and the Jets and the Bengals. I mean, those are 3 wins right there. Then we have the Steelers, which is a flip flop. The only one that I'm really worried about is the Patriots and Steelers really the Patriots and the Steelers.
Mhm.
That's really what will seal it for us if
Yeah.
if we
Who's a bigger threat to you, really? Patriots or Steelers?
Steelers.
Is that only because you're in interdivision?
That and like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like if we get the Steelers, if we knock them out and then we get them in the playoffs, right? Like if we get matched up with them in the playoffs, then it's like okay,
Yeah.
they're gonna want because usually the way that it goes is Ravens win one, Steelers win one, right? And then in the
Mhm.
playoffs, it's like okay, whoever. So that's really the one that I'm more worried about than really the other teams that we have at the moment.
So, are we seeing genuine home field advantage? Okay, are we seeing genuine home field disadvantage this season, or just statistically, or is this a just this statistical anomaly? How is this trend affecting how you approach like betting on the games? With like the way that like home field is really not an advantage this year.
I mean,
You
it's
see a
really
lot.
not.
You see a lot. You've seen way more road teams winning
Mm-hmm.
this year.
Like for the example, like I'll give an example: the Ravens Dolphins, right? Uh, that was in Miami, and their coach, who's their coach, Mike McDaniel's, is like, oh well, it was too loud for Tua, like communication and stuff, and it's like even Tua said the
Mhm.
crowd was too loud, and I'm like, well, of course the crowd's too loud, but what do you want the crowd to be quiet, kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
It's just like I don't know. It's hard to really say for that one.
Mhm.
Because I
I
mean,
mean,
maybe most of the teams that are at home / away aren't doing what they want their home team, so they're probably thinking like, oh well, if we come here, all of the fans will be on the side, and then we start losing. Then it's like, okay, we lose,
yeah,
at
like that's what I mean. Like I can vouch for being in some of these stadiums, just being a fan or
hmm
working or whatever, and the noise can distract. It's like so. I
yeah,
feel like some people love home field advantage, but I think a lot of players don't like home field advantage. It becomes just a different nerve for them, I guess.
hmm But
And
like
I
with the
mean, the Miami stake was like they were blaming the noise. I'm like,
yeah,
why
but
would you
then
blame your fans?
yeah,
Like,
and then if you look at the others, like Kansas City, they're the one of the loudest stadiums, right, in the league.
mhm. Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes is doing fine. The rest of the
yeah,
team is doing fine. But
yeah. They're
two
not
are going to
complaining.
blame. Yeah, they're blaming the fans. The two is like, oh well, the
So
Ravens fans are being loud, and
I
it's
think it's
like,
just a weird perspective of just like it's who it is. I don't really know if like you can get every quarterback in the room and you can probably ask them and then probably say like 20 of them will say we love home field, and
like
the rest will say no.
yeah, like look at Brady, right? Like if with the Patriots, right? Like they're
I think it
probably
comes down
pretty
to
loud.
how you respect the quarterback. I think that's
Yeah,
what it comes down to.
yeah, but also the two should know by the time. Like, come on, like that was just like I was like, oh really, Tua, like you're blaming the fans for being too loud that came to see you.
Mm.
Like, and then Dolphins are like, oh, we should do a quiet drive for like Tua, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, really?
Mhm.
Like, why? But
I will be asking that question for a long time with Tua. I just
because like all these
he
other veteran quarterbacks have no issues, right, with crowd noises. It's
Yeah.
And two is blaming the fans. It's like, come on.
It's your 5 concussions, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that's what's
And you
what's
can't,
getting in
and
your
your O
head.
line. And your O line's fucking
Yeah.
trash too.
Yeah. It's okay.
Like
So we're gonna switch over to NBA. Have you followed much of NBA this year?
here and there, but not too much.
So my first question is really saying, is Giddy, sorry, the breakout star of 2025, or is he likely an overcorrection? Like, how much will his production carry the Bulls long term?
Again, it stays healthy. I mean, if he's healthy and doing what he's doing, then I could see him carrying the Bulls for a while. You know, he's no Michael Jordan, but he's also no Derrick Rose either. So,
Yes.
I
Um.
mean,
Okay.
possibly.
Possibly, right? So, what does this mix of hot starts and cold starts tell us about league priority this year, and which team currently is crashing is most likely to rebound?
I have to look at the schedule. Hang on. NBA standings.
We're
um,
only a few games in, right?
yeah, no, I'm just looking at the teams that would be like the Celtics, of course, would be like a team that can bounce back, right? I mean, injuries, right, on top of that, but
Mhm.
there's the Heat, of course, the Raptors. Again, like we're a few games in, but
Well, I see the Thunder finally lost.
yeah, they're eight
I
and
mean,
one. The
we knew that was
Lakers,
not going to take forever, like forever.
no, the Lakers are gonna be the Lakers because of LeBron.
Hmm. Like, I'm looking at the West right now, and
Mm-hmm.
like I got the Mavericks at 15th, Jazz, Grizzlies, um, even the Clippers. I'm kind of surprised with 3 and 4. 4 and 4 Timberwolves. That seems average. The Warriors being just above 500. Like I can see that there. Thunder expected. Lakers, yeah, they're hot right now. Rockets made some changes. Nuggets, yeah, I expected them to be there. Spurs to be there. Trailblazers, yeah, they changed the last few years, so like they've been a kind of a top tier team.
Mm-hmm.
Here we got the Bulls at 6-1. That's why I was talking about Gidley, because they got him, and this is like the best start the Bulls have had in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look down here, the very surprising, and I'm so glad that Vince is not here right now, because he'd be trolling me for my life, because he's like, oh, the 1-7 Pacers, who were 0-7 to start the season after losing the game 7. So them being in 14th with a 1-7 start, that is a huge, like,
Well,
they definitely,
Halliburton's back, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I think, like I said, they once they get a hot start, I think they'll.
I think they're gonna bounce back, because Vince
Yeah,
would be all, and the Knicks are 5-3 and you're 1-7. I'm like, oh, okay,
yeah.
we're talking early, but I mean, but on the Eastern side, it's not a surprise. Like, the Wizards on the bottom, Nets are on the
Mm-hmm.
bottom, Hornets are down there.
Hornets, yeah.
Magic, the Magic,
The Magic
they're
are hit
not
or miss.
always they're hit or miss. The Celtics are only 4-5. It's early.
Yep, the Heat
Heat
are
four and
4-4.
four. Raptors, Hawks. Yeah, like. Cavaliers were good last year, starting off. Like, we were all talking about them last year. So I
The
mean, like, right now,
Bucks,
this is only like 10 games in. Like, give us 30 or 40, we'll be talking about who's really
yeah,
out there, right?
yeah.
But I'm gonna say, like, the Pacers being a game 7 team last year, like
Mm-hmm.
one game away from the championship.
Yeah.
So, and starting 1-7 is a surprising stat, because you usually don't see it that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is there any new front runners for MVP this season? And if so, who statistically,
Victor Wembanyama.
yeah, which statistical threshold will you require to believe a player is truly MVP caliber early on?
Well, I'm gonna say it's probably Victor Wembanyama, right? Is gonna be
Mm,
MVP, most likely, right? Because just the way he's been playing.
hmm
But I don't know. That's hard. I mean, I would like to
I
have
say,
him
what statistical threshold? Will you,
threshold.
yeah, like what would make an MVP? Like points, assists, like what part of a statistical like someone's going to be dominant in to become the MVP to get you to notice him as an MVP?
I don't know. I mean,
I would have to say points.
yeah, points, of course. I'm gonna go since I'm saying Victor Wembanyama blocking for me. Because it's like
Because
if you're
how much points you can get off that block. So if
yeah,
he
right.
leads the league in blocks, he could be creating a lot of turnover points and offensive
hmm
rebounds
But
for
then
his
also
teams.
too, he could be like a Shaq getting the blocks and then going down the court and then pulling Shaq, right? Pulling like Shaq points
Mhm,
up, right, with the blocks and rebounds. So it's like
mhm.
who knows?
Biddy back in.
Oh,
We were talking about your paces.
Yeah.
give me 1 second, guys. My camera's like a little twisted or something. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm tripping. Oh yeah, no, it was a little fucked. Okay. What's going on, fellas? How you doing?
What's up? Good.
Pretty good, pretty good. So you want me to run back on the questions on you, Vinny?
If hold on, it's up to you. Give me 1 second. My bad. Trying here.
Yeah, we can. I mean,
Well, he'll just give quick answers, right?
yeah, no, I did want his take though on Sauce Gardner and Dallas stuff.
Yes.
But with the
Yeah.
Dallas trade, with Dallas picking up.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can go NBA about his Spurs. I mean his Pacers.
Yo, I'll be right back.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Ah. So I'll finish the questions off with you, and then we'll wait. He'll be back in a minute. So, are we entertaining a new era of pointless basketball where triple doubles and all around players dominate? And how should teams adjust their rosters accordingly?
Just play. I mean, how I would say is play, put points up on the board, and just go back to like I would not say go back to like '90s basketball, right? But like I don't know how to explain it, like how to put that one into words.
Mm-hmm.
Like if your team's doing good and the score's up and the other team's just keep going how you're going. We're entertaining a new generation. Shit, that's fucking
Like, are you more speaking of like when the guy goes in the lane, like take the foul, like
yeah.
instead of just letting them walk through it?
Yeah, just take the foul, hit the free throws, and then get back in there, right?
Mm-hmm. Because I find that's what I see a lot is a lot of guys they got the lane. They're like
Like
you're gonna. I know it'll be 2+1, right? But
yeah,
mm,
but like how Kobe put it, I could be fucking this quote up, but the way that Kobe put it is, you're spending money to come see your favorite player, right? Don't
mm,
and you get fouled or you're hurt. Do what you can do to get back out there, right, and not just sit out, right? Because people are spending their money to come see you play. So play like kind of thing. I probably fucked that quote up somehow, but
probably.
Is
But-
is that the Jordan quote?
no, I was
Yeah.
doing the Kobe quote because Kobe did something like that. He
Oh,
said
okay.
something like that.
So Kobe, yeah. So the way that goes, if I'm not mistaken, is Kobe got the quote from Jordan. I think
Yeah.
Jordan's the originator of it, though.
Yeah.
But like it's like, and that's kind of like it speaks to the mentality of them. Like you play for the guy and his family who worked all week for those tickets,
Mm-hmm.
who are sitting in the upper deck. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Cool.
So,
Evening,
so
fellas.
we got 8 questions in. Usually, I know you can be pretty quick with the answers, so we'll just run right through back there to get back to NHL.
Okay.
So the first is
I'm
for the
eating M&Ms.
Colts.
Excuse me.
Yeah, for the Colts. What's the biggest challenge the Colts face now to maintain this pace, and which opponent possesses the greatest threat to their run?
Hold on.
I
I
said
got to
the
pull up
Chiefs,
their schedule for that. I don't know.
but with Sauce, it's who
Um,
knows.
You have the Chiefs in week 12. You have the Niners in week 16, I believe. And you get the Seahawks just before that,
um,
where they got
so
Jacksonville and Texans like twice each.
they have a pretty tough end of season, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So okay. So we got the Falcons coming up this week. Then we
Yeah.
got the Chiefs on the 23rd. Texans the week after that. So they got a stretch that goes Chiefs, Texans, Jags, Seahawks, Niners, Jags, Texans. That's the back half of the season. That's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
If the Jags are who they were in the first half of the season and the second half of the season, to me, I think you always have to look at the biggest challenge. Maybe the Chiefs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
They're balling right now. Their defense is balling. Their defense is playing championship defense right now. So, I would say that it's got to be the Chiefs. If not the Chiefs, I would go Seahawks because I think the Seahawks are the best team in the NFC.
Mhm. That's why I put them at 13-5 by losing to the Chiefs, losing to the Niners, and losing to the Seahawks. Realistically.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah,
So-
I have them at least losing to the Chiefs and possibly
Niners.
49ers.
Wait, are they playing
so-
the Chiefs at Arrowhead?
yeah,
Don't know.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, they're gonna lose at
Um,
Arrowhead.
because
So-
of the pickup of Sauce. That was my reasoning.
Yeah. So
They're gonna lose to the Chiefs and the Seahawks are at home too. They're gonna lose that game too.
Mhm. So all right, so we got the Cincinnati Bengals. How much is their defense collapse dragging down their season, and is there a realistic fix in season that could salvage their position?
Part of my language. Fuck Joe Burrow. Fuck Cincinnati. Terrible organization.
I agree. As a Ravens fan, I agree.
It wasn't a collapse. What happened is when they should have invested in defense this year and not two receivers, what they did is they paid both their receivers and then they half-assed it with Trey Hendrickson. But they have three players contributing to so much of their cap on offense that they have no investment on defense where they need it. They were the number 27 defense in the league last year. So why would you do that again? Why would you run it back?
And they
Right,
also
like,
lost
right,
one of their players during the trade too.
Right? Like what do they call insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? What was going to change this season when they didn't change the defense from last season?
Yeah.
I can't with this guy. Like Burrow's out of excuses. He's hurt. Like enough
Yeah.
of that guy. Enough of him.
And them losing Logan Wilson to the Cowboys in the trade, it's like, and possibly losing Hendrickson almost, it's like, really?
If they weren't going to do right by Hendrickson, here's the thing. They're not going to keep Hendrickson into next year. They should have dealt him because they could have got a decent pick for him. Maybe like a second round because he's like 31 years old. But
Yeah.
they should have traded him because they're not – what are they really going to contend? Like, I don't know. Are they really?
No.
You know? Like, at some point you have to make the decision, but it's just tough because Joe Flacco has just been balling with that offense. You know, all you have to do is be a competent quarterback when you have those receivers. Like the last 3 games, he's thrown 1,300 yards.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So which title contender do you think has fallen the furthest off pace, and can they still bounce back? and into elite contention this year? And they
I
use the
think
Ravens,
will
for
be.
example.
Okay, so the Ravens are going to win the AFC North.
Mm.
Bookmark it, but that's the case. Just going to throw that out there. So I do think that
obviously.
I think they went in the wrong direction. I think they're going to come back. So that's going to be a huge one. The other one, honestly, I mean, like, I don't care what anyone says. They're winning games still, but we're seeing a different version of, and it's not like a good version every week necessarily, but we're seeing a different version of that Eagles offense every week. When they were firmly entrenched in a run identity, and that was what won them the title. I don't think that trying to appease A.J. Brown is going to improve results, but they also have not been getting the results from Saquon Barkley anywhere near. He's averaging like 50 yards a game or something. He's had one good game this season, realistically. So it's just, I think that's a team that's kind of like, I think they've fallen from what they are, but I think that they still they have enough time to like reset themselves and get back to their identity and get back to the Super Bowl again. I do think.
So the last question for the NFL is: are we seeing a genuine home field disadvantage this season, or just a statistical anomaly? How much is this trend affecting how you approach your picks and betting angles?
I don't know. Tell me about it. What is this trend? I don't know anything about this.
Well, it started with like Tua.
I
Was
brought up
just
the
kind of
Tua
like
situation with the Ravens game.
talking about like how he couldn't perform and they
Yeah,
lost
because the
because
crowd
of
was
the
too loud
crowd.
and he couldn't hear the thing. But then also on the other end, it's like, well, your O line shit anyway. So it's like
At home?
And there
Yeah, at
and a
home. Yeah,
lot
they were
of
in Hard
road
Rock.
teams have won this year too. Like a lot of
But
road teams.
but the way that Tua
overall.
said it though, he was saying the Ravens fans were being loud to where he couldn't hear. But it's like, how many Ravens fans are in Hard Rock versus Florida fans that you have, right? It's like, come on,
I
Tua.
get it.
So that's what I mean by it. But I was just bringing up the Tua. He was bringing up the Tua thing too. But when I've looked at the home versus road, road is statistically dominating this season. When normally it is home dominating.
That's preparation. To me, that's coaching. It's coaching and preparation.
So that's why I said the trends now. It's just more road teams are winning. So if you go 16 games, like 13, 12 or 13 are road wins. Like there's very few home wins this year when it comes to this.
Okay.
Yeah, because I brought up the Arrowhead situation where they're one of the loudest stadiums, right? And it's like with the
Then the
Tua
Chiefs
thing,
are
because
just used to it though.
you don't see Mahomes having issues or Allen having issues or like Tom Brady having issues, right? When they were playing with home and the crowd, it's like,
Bro, imagine not playing well at home because your home crowd is too loud cheering for you.
Yeah.
What? What?
Yeah.
Like that's not. Is that even real? Like what?
Yeah.
yeah, that
It's right. It's just a trend right now because it's been more road wins than home wins right now. So they think it's like, is this an issue? But I think once we get to the playoffs, home wins will count more, and because it's the last few games, and fans will just kind of be quiet, and they'll win. They'll win at home. A lot more home games will be won because they'll be worth more. Like going to the playoffs, winning your division, stuff like that.
I mean, good teams are gonna win. I think either way.
Yeah. I'm just saying, there's a lot of people think they're at home. Like, okay, you take Dallas. Dallas on the road in the playoffs or Dallas at home in the playoffs. What would you rather? Just using Dallas for example.
I mean, I think you want any team. Most teams want to play any team at home.
At home, yeah.
Like the Colts. The Colts have 5 of their 7 wins are at home.
Yeah.
Right. Like I'm curious. Now you have me looking. So now I'm just going to all the good teams because I want to see where all the good teams' wins are.
Mhm.
Okay, so the Patriots are fucking road warriors. The Patriots have 1, 2, 3, 4 road wins.
Yeah.
That's a lot. So that's good. That's pretty strong. 4 road wins early in the season too.
Mhm. That's why I said statistically right now, it's a lot of teams have more road wins because it's just how they've been playing. That's all I'm saying.
Interesting.
So when we go over to NBA, I got a few interesting questions for you. Is Josh Giddey the breakout star of 2025 so far, or is it likely an overcorrection? And how much will his production carry the Bulls long term, sitting at 6-1?
He's a piece. It's he's not going to carry anyone. That's let's say it like that. You know, that's pretty. I think that's the easiest way to say it. You know, they have to build it. They have to like they. It just depends on how they build. Right now, the team looks good, but it's not like it's a one man show. You know what I mean? So you know they have another player, White, that's out right now. If he comes back later in the season, that can help. You know, right now, I actually think that what he's doing at this point in the season is not sustainable for him and his level of production. I think that he's working harder than he has to because everyone's not healthy and they look great. But no, I don't like, no, I don't. The answer is no to your question.
Yeah. Right. So, what does this mix of hot starts and cold starts tell us about the league's priority this year, and which team currently crashing is most likely to rebound? And that's why I was saying, I'm glad you're not here because my 1-7 Pacers, I think they're going to rebound.
So listen, here's the trick to what's going on with the Pacers, right? Okay, so like they played very well. They you know they become a unit. They work good with Tyrese Halliburton. You know, and Siakam is kind of a 1-2 punch. They have a lot of good people. Nebhard on the team. Naismith. You know, it's a good team. It's a good squad. But what's happening and what you're getting to see now, you're starting to see because Halliburton's out for the season, you're starting to see the development of Mathurin. Okay, Mathurin is awesome, and he is going to be the future for that team, no doubt. Like that dude's. I mean, he was like the sixth man of. You know, he was so awesome off the bench during the playoff during the entire playoff run. He had multiple big games, but now this season he's already had like a few like 30 plus games. He's looked great. So I think that the Pacers are they're not. I don't expect them to compete this season. I don't, you know, and that's fair. They lost like their star. Siakam's a champion, but you know what I think, like I said, is going to happen. We're going to see Halliburton, or not Halliburton, Mathurin, kind of come through and really develop quicker than maybe expected because he's going to have the point. You know, he's going to be running the show this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I said maybe my Heat team, but I don't know. It's the Heat.
So, is there any new front runners for MVP this season? And if so, what statistical threshold will you require to believe a player is truly MVP caliber?
What statistical threshold? What the what is it? Yo, drama. What is this guy asking me over here? What is he asking me?
I don't know.
Listen, right now, the people that from what I've seen, you know, it's Luka. The top three are Luka, Jokic, and Shai.
I said Victor Wembanyama, but
yeah.
Well, yeah, and Wemby, yeah, he's up there too.
What I was talking about statistical threshold. As I was talking about, do they need to dominate in blocks or steals or points?
They
like
need to
what?
dominate in everything possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can't be like it's so. Basketball is not the way, and the way that basketball is trending now too. people are starting, like because of like OKC winning last year with like a home built core team that plays heavy defense. Teams are just kind of moving a little bit different coming into this season, I think.
Mhm.
But an MVP, to me, an MVP needs to be able to play both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my issue with Luka all the time. Like, is that he's tremendous offense, but on defense he's like a huge liability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's where I was kind of going with it. Like you could have, well, say Luca versus James, right? James has got more points, but Luca's got more defensive like stats,
Well,
right?
no,
That's what I'm saying.
they're
Which way would you sway? Would you want the more offensive or more defensive player to be your MVP?
listen. In this case, you just happen to choose two offensive guys.
Okay,
So yeah, and it
but I'm
would
saying in stats. I'm saying in
yeah,
stats.
like
So,
for them, it would be based on their scoring.
mhm.
There's no other way to say that. It would be based on their scoring for sure. But like Shy winning it was because he was a complete player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He dominated on defense. He had steals every game. You know what I mean? He was not getting beat in one-on-ones, like, eye test kind of thing. He was scoring 30 plus points every night. What makes you more valuable than the other guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jokic puts up a triple double every other game.
okay.
Like
Yeah. Jokic
he's
would
automatically
be MVP.
top 3 in the conversation.
Mhm.
Automatic. You can't like how can you be more valuable to your team than that? You're
Right.
giving your team at least 10 rebounds, at least 10 assists, at least 10 points. That's
Mhm.
bananas. Every other
Yeah.
night. Like
I kind of pulled like with Victor Wembanyama. If you pulled like a Shaq kind of stat line, the Lakers Shaq stat line, like rebounds, points, and blocks, then yeah, Wembanyama would be up there with, like MVP kind
and
of talk.
that's so like that's something interesting that you would see, like, right? When he get and he will be an MVP at some point. And because of the way that he plays defense, that's going to be something that's highlighted. He's going to have like when he wins MVP, he'll probably win the scoring title. You know what I mean? And then then have like, the most blocks that season. Like he's gonna like watching him play. I really hope he stays healthy. He's so good for the NBA. Like it's like I get so hype. I'm watching a game and then a Wemby highlight comes over and I'm like, oh my God. Every time it's like must see TV every time.
Wemby is what Yao Ming should have been.
Dude. And
Right.
and he's got an 18-year-old brother,
No.
Oscar Wembanyama.
Mhm. So for the final one of the NBA, are we entering a new era of pointless basketball where triple doubles and all around players dominate, or how should teams adjust their rosters accordingly?
It's definitely getting away from like like that kind of big three mentality. Okay, let me back up. If you look at OKC, right? OKC, Williams, Chet, and Shai just happened to form a big three, but like the team was not constructed. Like they didn't go out and get 3 awesome pieces, put them together and like superstars, and now we're trying to win. Like going and getting a superstar and like just putting the piece is not necessarily the way. What this showed that just going and getting your draft picks, right? Making smart trades and building from the ground up builds the best thing possible. Right? Like so now they have guys on their bench that have never even seen like action that are like round 1 picks in the last 3-4 years. Right. So like they just have like a stable of players. Like they can afford to lose somebody if they need to. They were able to retain their whole core, which was actually brilliant on their behalf. But I think that they're just showing that it's more important instead of having 1 or 2 like superstar awesome dudes. Like you got to build a real team. You got to have a bench. You need to have depth going into the playoffs. You got to have guys who play defense. It's like it's real ball. I think the NBA is coming back good.
All right. So now we switch over to the NHL for the final part of the show.
No doubt.
So, how much does Ovechkin's milestone shift the narrative around aging superstars in the NHL? Is he a relic or still elite? And how should teams factor that into long term planning?
Well, okay. So
I mean,
it's not
Crosby can be
with
thrown in there
Ovechkin.
too because 20 plus years, right?
Okay, and so that's where I thank you. You knew where my brain was going. You could see the wheels turning.
Yeah.
The seasons that these men are having, so like the 900th goal, awesome milestone, great career thing. That's really not what's brilliant about Ovi. What's brilliant about Ovi is that at age 41 or 42, he's like my age, whatever he is, 39. The guy looks like a granddad on the ice. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
The guy is a point machine, right? He scores like a demon, right? He's still all this time later. I mean, if you go look up, like, and this is why I'm glad you brought up Sydney, because if you go look up the Pittsburgh Penguins right now, I guarantee you the lead goal scorer is Sidney Crosby, and he's got at least 9-10 goals. It's not like he's got like 4 or 5 goals. Like, he's on fire to start the season. He's been a professional for like almost 20 years. It's gnarly to see how good these guys are playing. Like, to see men my age performing with guys that are like 25, 26. Like, it's legendary.
So do you think we're going to be trending more in a few years of not just having 1 or 2, but 5 or 6 in a couple of years? Like, do you think there's going to be more longevity?
We're going to see more longevity. Like, it's tricky, right? Okay, so in players that stay healthy, we're seeing the trend already, right? We're seeing across sports in general, players are because of sports medicine and nutrition and science and all that stuff, players are playing longer, stronger, faster, and all that good stuff. And they're doing it, from like age 18 to like age 45, which is wild, right? Just massive time. These peak times now are crazy.
Yager officially is playing this year for his 35th year in professional hockey.
Bro, Yager, it's actually crazy. How many, so I was thinking about this when we were talking about it last night, the different goals, or centers and forwards through like history. Because I've seen like a lot of stuff lately about like Mario Lemieux, and then I'm thinking about Sidney Crosby because we're talking about him. And I'm like, they had Yager on that team too at one point. Like Pittsburgh's always just had like a legendary front man, for the last, for my whole life.
Oh yeah, for my whole life too, right?
Yeah. So.
Okay, honestly, do you remember who their goalie was?
Not at all.
In the 90s? Tom Barrasso.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't like the odds that if I would have guessed 10 times, I would have got it wrong. Interesting.
So, yes, Tom Barrasso was the 1991-92 champion goalie. But Grant Fuhrer was a 4-time champion too, right? So we forgot about him for a long time.
Listen, the only goalie I care about is Patrick Waugh.
Yes. He's only won 3, to be fair. I mean, he won his first one in the 98, what was it, 85, then 93, and then like 2000 or something like that.
Long career. It's actually pretty incredible. It's pretty.
Yeah. So
the gaps between his Stanley Cup wins, pretty motley. Like the fact that he won 2 Stanley Cups more than 15 years apart, bro, you know how dominant that is to still be playing goalie at that level 15 years in?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, so my second question is Winnipeg Jets, can they self-sustain their start, or do you think they'll crash mid-season?
That's interesting. So, okay, okay,
The
this is
Jets
actually a
last year
funny
were
one.
the best team in the league, remember?
So a lot of people don't realize how good they are.
Yeah.
They're a very like under the radar dominant right now, right? They're a 9-4 team. They're right behind the Avs in that Central, and I feel like they were really strong last season too. So it was
Yeah,
like a
they were the best
little,
team in the league last year.
yeah, like they were like one of the best teams all season long, record wise. Um, I would like to see this team go further this year, but I don't know. Like, I don't know what needs to change. Goaltending? What do you think?
No, I don't know. I think they're gonna have a little dip this year in the midseason. I think they've had their high, they had their low in the playoffs by getting knocked out, and then they're starting off hot this year. I think they're gonna just taper off in the midseason and then get hot again. So
I'm just looking at stats right now. So don't mind me. Where's the hold on, goaltending. There we go. Okay.
yeah, yeah. I was like,
I
you're
forgot.
really you're gonna hit on Halleback like that?
Bro, I totally forgot about him. And
Yeah.
bro, and
Not
their
goaltending.
and their backup Comrie is 3-0.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, they would be like, I don't know what's wrong. Like if they could bring this energy, I mean, obviously health, whatever else, it's a long season, but if they could bring this energy into the playoffs, like, this
This is what they thought last year, though. They thought Winnipeg was gonna bring this in the
they
playoffs.
start
It's like,
out, they look like they're gonna win the Stanley Cup in the first month, and then
Yeah.
they just like, I don't know.
yeah, just something happened. They just had a collapse. It was just one
Yeah.
bad game and just cost them.
Yeah.
So,
that's
which
true.
team do you believe is the sleeping giant defensively that could flip and make a surge into if they clean up the goals against, and who looks like a major candidate?
So you kind of like the way you position that. I feel like you've got a specific team in mind already.
Yeah.
Give me a second here. Let me go look at this.
Because you always got to do your goal forwards, goals against, right? If you're dominant in your goals forwards, goal against, like Vegas right now, they're dominant,
I'm
right?
looking at
And
the
you got to see a
differential
team
right
that's
now.
you got to
Oh,
see
the
a team.
Panthers. The Panthers are a -7 right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So there's actually here's a couple of things. I mean, obviously it's very early in the season. The
Mhm.
Rangers.
Yeah.
The Rangers are just, I don't know how else to say. The Rangers are just not scoring enough. 31 goals on the
Mhm.
season, like,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah. That's right.
That's
Look
pretty
at the
bad.
stats.
Interesting. What team were you thinking off top?
Off top, I'd say, because we've talked about the Panthers, if they could come back and get into the playoffs and, be healthy, be more healthier. Because right
The
now they got
bottom
a
of the
low
West
production.
is awful.
Yeah.
Like, St. Louis has already given up 59 goals this season.
Mm-hmm.
How is that possible?
Yeah.
Bro,
See what I mean? Like, you have to really look at their stats and be like, wow.
that's a lot of, bro, hold on. Like, I'm going to like, what are you see? Okay, so they have, so they're, so they have been, they have Binnington, obviously, and then they have Hoffer behind him. But Binnington's over 3, he's almost at 3.5 goals against the game, and the backup's at 5 goals against. and he's played 3 games already.
Yeah.
Or no, the backups played 4 games. So you got a guy who's giving up 5 goals a game, playing a quarter of the season. That never helps.
No.
There's some awful stuff going on in the West. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. Like, you know what? Like, mentally, I think of the West as the tougher of the conferences too.
Yeah. They tend to be, but like I said, like that goal differential is just yeah. Yeah, you know. You know what I mean? Like it's just
It's really so. Here's what's interesting, I think, and this is what, like, now I look at the whole Kreider move from the Rangers, and I'm
Mhm.
like a little confused because I'm looking at your team, and I see that you're missing his firepower on offense. Like
Yeah,
it's
and
apparent.
in Anaheim, they got a plus 11.
Like what? How stupid is that?
Mhm.
Very confusing.
So like you and to bring back from last night when we were talking about it, like remember I brought up the Wild versus was it Wild versus Mammoth? They're all like Wild, they're like crazy. But the Wild had 45 wins last year. I mean it's different because they had Mark Andrew Fleury, but they had 45 wins and some of the best teams only had 50. So like they weren't far out of the playoffs last
Yo,
year.
for some reason, my ESPN is just not working.
Mm-hmm.
Very annoying. The new, so like ESPN, if you're listening, and you're probably not, your new app and your new website suck. The little updates that they've done, like just because it's got so many things running in it, it just never works like it should. Let me say that.
For the final question, this will make you think for a second, and probably have to pull up stats. But given today's pace, who is the early front runner to challenge the 100-point mark this season, and is the league trending towards higher or lower individual point totals?
The league, that's tough. The league, I mean, just because you asked the question, it makes me think that the league must be trending towards lower point totals. Maybe the top of the league, like the better players, are trending higher, but overall, the league is not. I don't know. That's so. I don't know.
But for here, Celebrini and McDavid already got 21 points as a skater, and McCarr's already got 18 points as a
Makar,
defenseman.
yeah, he looks awesome this season.
Yeah. He's got 18 points already. Like so we're only like 10 games in, at like 12 games in, and we already got 20-point winners. So like that's what I mean. Like, is the league trending to a bunch of 100-point winner like scores when we only have like 1 or 2 would do it? Do you think we could get like 5 or 10 in one season?
I mean, honestly, I'm looking at the group right now, right? Like, so let's just look at the top 10, give or take. Okay, just looking at the top 10 right now. Obviously, McDavid, right? Could definitely pull it off. McKinnon, no doubt. Eichel's in there. I got no reason to think he can't make it happen. You know, I mean, Malkin's good too. Nylander on Toronto. I mean, but like, and so, you know, some of these guys are assist machines, right? You know, like McDavid's already got 17 assists, which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. Like Malkin, so at the same, right, you're gonna see Sidney Crosby with a bunch of goals, and you're gonna see Malkin with a bunch of assists, right? Stuff like that, which makes sense.
Do you see your Islander boy is top 3 in defensemen in points? Matthew Shaver,
dude, yo, honestly, so like the Islanders, man, I really like what they did, and I really like the way they look to start this season. No other way to say that. It's pretty pleasing though. For, you know, as an Islanders fan, it is definitely like don't get me wrong, I love my Golden Knights too, but I can never home is where the heart is. I'm always going
Yeah.
to be an Islanders fan.
Yeah.
Love my Islanders. One day before I die, the Islanders are going to win a Stanley Cup in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Now we got a bunch before me, but hopefully I'll get to see it one day. I'll go home to UBS Arena too for a game if they make it to the Stanley Cup. If they make it, they're going to win, no doubt. So.
Oh yeah. So do you see more like more 100-point scorers, but also who do you think will get like the more than 100 points? Like who's gonna be the top guy this year?
Well, I think that there could be more than one. I have no reason to think McDavid's not going to be one, right?
Yeah.
McDavid's like sure shot. McKinnon's started out this season like an animal.
Mhm.
I think those are probably like my two favorites. Those would be my two favorites. And then depending on how things continue to go with the Golden Knights, my dark horse would be Eichel. He's an assist machine, and he's a great goal scorer too.
My dark horse would be Nick Suzuki in Montreal. If Montreal can keep the trend going,
Yes,
I can see
awesome this season.
I can see him dominating over 100 this year in
He's
Montreal.
playing good hockey. He's top 10 right now.
Oh yes. If Celebrini wasn't in San Jose, I would, but
It's a tough
I think
situation.
this San Jose team, I think in another year or two is going to be dangerous.
Well, and so that's the thing. They're going to be a good team. They've been building for the last couple of years now. We know that. You can see it. I mean, Celebrini's looked awesome, but you can see the reason that I just skipped right over him because at the end of the day, I don't have any faith in what's around him for this to be sustainable past 10 games. Not for 82 games, certainly not.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks great now, but
it's just unfortunate because the team is just the team. Like what they have built around him. Like, yes, okay, like I pulled it real quick. Like, you got Will Smith, William Eklund, Dmitry Orlov, Tyler Solfini, Alex Wenberg, Jeff Skinner, John Klingberg, other names, right? Ryan Reeves is there, Nick Letty's there, Barkley Goodroff's there. But then when you get into their goalies, you got Askarov and Nedajukov in net. That's probably the biggest thing with them. Like Askarov is he's 3-4, and Nedajukov is 2-2. Like they're 50-50, kind of goalies, right? So I think that's the one thing the Sharks are missing in their team is getting a goaltender.
Okay, so I guess here's the question, right? I mean, is there somebody out there that like you could see them getting that's already in the NHL, or like what do you think is the move? How do they address this?
They're gonna have to draft one. They're gonna have to draft an extreme. I mean, expect the Sharks to be a bottom team this year with a lot of developments with their core team because I think they have like 5 young rookies on their team. So like, I think they just really need to develop a goalie. Getting and trying to get a veteran on top of that, like bring in a veteran goalie with a brand new like a hot-headed rookie, and just work with it and do that kind of tandem. Detroit in the '90s weren't going much anywhere, but then they went out and they got Chris Osgood, and then they went and picked up Mike Vernon, and then look what happened. From '95 to 2000, they were like dominant because they found the right mix of a young rookie goalie and a veteran one.
So they got this kid Joshua Ravensbergen that looks to be a promising fit as like the number 2 guy with Askarov.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So I'm just looking at some information on him actually. So it looks like they're already working on it. So you're right, a couple more seasons, and they still got good players, right? They have Quentin Musty down in the AHL level, Igor Chernyshov, right? They have good players that aren't even up all the way yet, and then guys that are just on the ice, Dickinson and like Misa, who are already making an impact. So 2 years from now, this is gonna be a solid squad. It's just not there yet, but again,
this is not the squad, because I mean, I don't know about you, but I always love the Sharks because I love the colors, I love the jersey, I love
they're
the
the
whole
best
vibe
jersey.
of the team.
Yeah.
And in the last few years, as watching the Knights too, when Sharks have played the Knights, you've been like, when you had all those, when Joe Thornton was there and all those guys, like that team was a team, regardless of how well they performed. Everybody knew who the Sharks were. They always had names.
That's true.
There is a
Hey, how you
ton
doing?
of their alumni that I love. I'll bring you an old school name, Olin Nolan.
Olin Nolan. Dude.
Yeah.
Yo, question. There's a guy playing now. I forget his first name, but he's a Domi. Is he Ty Domi's son?
Max. Yeah. Max Domi is Ty's son, yes.
He is. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Max Domi.
Is Max a little badass?
Oh yeah, Max is a little more. He's more clean cut than his father, but oh yeah, Max will fight.
Oh, good. I like that. I'm glad.
100%. He will fight. He does got a little bit of his dad in him, and whatnot.
Yeah, you need to. That's the best trait.
But there is a lot of kids that are now playing in the NHL from the icons that we grew up with, though.
Well, yeah. And that like I see like these Kachuk guys, and I'm like the Kachucks. I'm like, there's 2 of you?
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
What about your dad?
Your dad was good old Keith. Good old Keith.
Oh, he was such a bad dude.
Oh my god. So I mean he's still there, but Brandon Lemieux is Claude Lemieux's kid.
Oh wow, that's cool. I didn't know that either.
Yeah,
I guess it makes sense.
A lot of people thought it was like Mario, but it was like, no, it's Claude. And they're like, oh, that's why we don't talk about him, because your dad was Claude Lemieux. I mean, everybody had a love and hate for Claude Lemieux, right?
Dude, he was good though. Okay, so when Claude was he was an Av. He was good. He was good.
Yeah.
No question.
He was good, but he was a little dirty though, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about that hatred Colorado Detroit last night. Yeah, it's Claude Lemieux's got a little mix in that.
Yeah, that team that won, they needed a guy like that. Adam Foote would go and get into a little scrap. Claude was a little dirty. But you needed that because you had like Forsberg and Sakic on the team. Like if you're gonna have like these nice guys, you gotta have some dirtbags too.
Well, yeah. Well, Claude Lemieux did dirty to Detroit, which started the war. But I mean, that's here nor there. That's history. We've seen it. 96, 97, 98, 99. We've seen the war and the bloodshed for 3-4 years. Goalie fights, brawls. They even made a documentary about that whole series for that 4 years.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
After I watched the Ohtani one you recommended 4 months ago.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I do love good old sports documentaries. I do love watching history shit about sports.
You know what? I've been so into like history and like true crime stuff that whenever I'm watching a documentary, it's always I'm always watching some crazy documentary about some story that I wish I would never have heard.
Oh. Like the Ed Gein one.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
I got to like
exactly.
part 2 of that. And I'm like, I'm done. I can't. I'm like, fuck that
Dude.
shit.
Bro, I watched something, The Perfect Neighbor or something like that. We watched something on Netflix,
Yeah.
and this lady shoots her other neighbor in front of her kid. And it was a documentary. I was so traumatized afterwards. I couldn't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God, I'm a dad. If somebody did that in front of my daughter, what the
Yeah.
craziness?
But that's the
Anyway, I
weird part about
digress.
humans, right? True crime. We always seem to love to watch it, even though we know it's fucking
Like-
gonna happen.
Like I watched the Jeffrey Dahmer one, and like parts of that creeped me out. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck?
Which one? This show that was on like Netflix or whatever?
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
Oh, that's like that was the TV, like the TV show.
yeah, the one that was on the it was called Dahmer or whatever the one it was.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, the one that was like an actual like series. That
Yeah,
was
and then he was like drinking
mortifying.
and he was like
Oh
drinking
my
the blood
God.
in one of them. I was like, bro, I'm fuck that.
Oh my God. When they find that was one of that awful. If you have a weak stomach, don't watch that show.
I said,
Awful.
nope.
Disgusting.
I watched all of it, and then at the end, I was like, yeah, no, I'm done. I'm done. I can't.
Traumatized. Like
Yeah.
you will never look at life again the same if you watch stuff like that. I'll tell you that
Nope.
much. Anyway, that's all I got.
Yeah. So we will be back Wednesday and Thursday next week.
Absolutely. Vinny's Corner on Wednesday night. And,
Mhm.
and guys, in case you forgot, I will repost it again, but there's a great boxing match on this weekend. I did a little write-up on it in case you wanted to read about it. You know, otherwise, fellas, you have a great night.
Also, before we end, I got a question for the audience and all that. What do you think was Wilt Chamberlain's 100 game actually happened, or do you think it was like a rigged thing for the NBA to make him look better than it was? Like I don't know how to put
that
it.
question from.
I don't know. I
You
was
think
just
that
thinking
they
about it.
staged that
Yes,
100-point game?
Yeah. There was no video evidence.
I can't
So-
believe this guy. How dare you do that to Will Chamberlain? How
I'm
dare you?
just saying.
I hope
As I
Raven
said, this is the
Spank
question you're gonna
this
pose at the end.
I also have another one with the Knicks. You think they rigged it to get Patrick Ewing? Because it was the corner of the envelope. If you watch, it was bent. Just saying. I mean, I watch a lot
Listen.
of conspiracy things on sports. Just saying. I mean,
Who is this guy? You watch
I
out
know.
when you're talking about my Knickerbockers.
listen.
You got two
All right,
on the
fellas.
Knicks.
Oh, here she is. It's
And was
officially
Jordan's
that time
flu
of the day.
game actually him having the flu? I'm joking. I know that one.
All
He was
right.
food
Well, we'll
poisoning
see you
that
guys on next week.
day.
All right. Take care, guys.